Yo! It is so hot in here. Sorry, I'm like sweating. I've been detailing my car, kind of prepping it for tomorrow. There's like a car show I pretty much got accepted to. So I'm gonna be one of the features for tomorrow. But today we are gonna be doing two things. Yeah, we'll be doing two things today. So, first things first, I had put on my Prodrive exhaust because apparently my car was too loud when I had my Blitz specs. So right now it has a Prodrive exhaust, so we're gonna swap that out and throw the old Blitz on. This thing's gonna be hella loud once again, and people are gonna know when I'm stalling out now, when my car is like bogging and just bucking at me. It's kind of annoying that it does do that, and you can hear it, like just transmits the sound so much more with the Blitz spec. It's pretty much, I would say Tomei is probably second loudest. Gymkhana is probably absolute loudest. It's a straight pipe with your catless. And then right under the Tomei, I'd probably say Blitz and then Nvidia. So Tomei is pretty loud and the Blitz is just almost as loud. It's just the Tomei is a little bit more raspy in my opinion. You can hear more turbo noise, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the Blitz on for tomorrow. I do want to make some noise, get some more attention, to make people a little bit happier. And I am gonna show you guys how to do the instrument cluster mod. I had somebody hit me up yesterday about like taking the needles off or whatnot, and it seems like they have messed up their cluster or they have to recalibrate their cluster somehow, get their needles to kind of do their thing. I don't know. I never take the needles off. There's really no need. So, yep, we're gonna get going with the instrument cluster mod first. So you guys are finally gonna learn how to get some nice white lights in the background instead of that greenish tint, or I think you can do purple or like blue. I don't think red shows up. Red might show up. I don't know. I've never tried it, but yeah. So we're gonna go through and like pretty much show. I'm gonna show you guys how you pretty much take out your instrument cluster. I'm probably not gonna take mine out. It's just kind of just for educative purposes. So I just kind of want to show you guys like what you guys have to do. I probably won't take mine out completely just because I don't want to deal with taking it out. Plus, I have an extra set of gauge needles. I have like the mouse per hour and the rev tachometer, whatever. And then I have the fuel gauge as well, and the coolant gauge that tells you if it's hot or if it's full or whatever. So I have those already. I had some of those set aside from my very first RS, the one that ended up turning out to be yellow at the very end. Yeah, the one that got repainted yellow. So I do have those chilling. So I'm gonna show you guys pretty much how you take out your instrument cluster, and then we're gonna go to my toolbox, and I'm going to show you guys how you guys take that film off, because you really don't need to take your needles off. You just gotta have the right tools. So other than that, let's start with the whole install and whatnot. Well, technically not install. Let's start with the whole DIY. Let's start with the DIY. So yep, I'm going to place you guys inside and pretty much just show you guys how to get this all done. All right, so first things first, you're going to go ahead and pretty much get inside. What you essentially need is you're gonna need a Phillips. So you're pretty much gonna use your Phillips, and there are gonna be two screws. As you can see, there's one screw there and there's another screw there. Get your Phillips, loosen those two up, and then essentially what happens after that is you just grab this and you pull it back towards you, and this will pop out. And once this pops out, you should be able to get it out. I think typically, I can't remember if it was the top or it was the bottom, but the bottom you should be able to get out. You can kind of squeeze a little bit, try not to crack it, and then you can get it over this right here. And once you get over that, you should be able to get it around the steering wheel. It looks like you might not have enough space, but believe me, you'll have space to get that little bezel out. Then once you get the bezel out, you're gonna see three screws, okay? You're gonna see one screw here, like literally right behind here. There's one screw holding that down. There's another screw holding it down right here, and then the very last screw is going to be on the very top, pretty much like right there, like literally in the very back. So in total, you're gonna take a total of 5 screws out, and then you'll get your cluster out pretty much from there. I am gonna show you guys what you guys have to do in order to get the film off. You do not have to do anything too crazy. As far as taking the needles out, it's really simple. Once you get the 3 harnesses, if you have the 3 harness like me, so you're gonna get 1, 2, 3 out, you're gonna pull this cluster out. Once you take that cluster out, there's going to be like 2 hooks. They literally look like that. They're 2 hooks just grabbing on. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna get the flathead, pretty much undo one of the hooks here, and then pretty much get your flathead on this one, undo the hook, and pretty much straighten them out. There's gonna be 2 for this one, and I think there's going to be 2 for this one as well. I don't know, I'll double check on mine so you guys can see what those little hooks look like. And then you should be able to take the actual face off of the actual circuit board. It's super easy, guys. Like, don't be intimidated by this. It's super easy. I've done this 3 times already, so successfully as well. So yeah, you pretty much take those out, and then I'll show you guys what to do from there. All right, so here I have these 2 gauges that I took out from a very old cluster. It's probably like 3 years old or so, like I said. So these right here, let's see if you can get to like pretty much focus on. So there's going to be 1 hook here, and there's another hook here. It looks like there's 2 hooks here as well. Pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to get your flathead and pretty much just straighten these out, so that way they're not grabbing onto the actual gauge cluster. And then you're gonna go ahead and just pull them out. That's really all you have to do, guys. There's not anything crazy as to like how you have to put it back in. You pretty much just take those 2 out, and then you are good to go. So let me show you the other one. So most of you guys are probably going to have this one right here. It's gonna look very familiar to most of the USDM RS kids. For those of you that do have 2.5 RSs, don't have 2.5 RSs, these are probably gonna be black if you have an L or like a Brighton, I believe. And then for all the JDM boys, this is going to be flipped around just like me. I have the JDM cluster, so tachometer will be in the middle and the speedometer will be on the right. So same concept goes for both. So you're also going to have 2 hooks in the back here. So you have 1, 2 hooks, and then 1, 2 hooks. Just bend them out, straighten them out, and then you'll be able to take the face off. So it's that easy. Really, to get this job done, let me show you guys what you guys have to do, okay? A lot of people get confused as to what exactly do you have to take off when it comes to doing the cluster mod. No, you do not have to take off the entirety of the white that you see here. You do not have to take the entirety of it off. What you're gonna take off is, you're gonna take off whatever you see that needs to get illuminated. So this 1000 per minute gets illuminated, the 0 all the way up until the 8 gets illuminated. So pretty much all you have to take off is this portion right here. Pretty much if you think about it, you're gonna cut this portion out, and then you're gonna cut this little tiny portion out right here. So that is pretty much it. As far as the needles goes, they are sensitive as far as I know. I try my best to not really touch them. This one I'm not using, so that's why I didn't really care about touching the needle. Try my best to not touch the needles. As far as I know, they are sensitive. But yeah, and then for this one right here, you're gonna have to cut out a little bit more. You're gonna cut out from the 0, and then pretty much like you're gonna do blop all the way around till you're down here. And then pretty much you're gonna have to do all of that right there. And it's up to you if you want to take the entire film off, or if you want to just kind of just nitpick the little pieces that need to get done. I think I nitpicked mine. I don't know, it might be easier to take the whole thing off. I don't know, it's whatever your situation is. I think I nitpicked it to make it easier. Yeah, so that is pretty much how you get your faces off, okay? There's no need to take off your needles. There's no need whatsoever. So yeah, in other words, let's get started with showing you guys how to get this done. I'm not gonna do it completely. I just kind of want to show you guys kind of just an overview of like what you pretty much have to do to get it off. But I'm gonna do the entire thing. It's super easy. So I'm gonna show you guys what you guys need to get the film off. Super easy. Make sure you guys get white LED if you guys want a white background for the face. Get white LEDs. If you guys want a green background, get green LEDs. If you guys want blue, get blue ones. You really don't need to take your film off if you want to do those colors. This is going to be strictly if you're wanting to do a nice white background. So I think it looks clean. I love the way it looks, so I went with white. Many of you guys have questioned me how to do this, and many of you guys like the way it looks. So as far as I know, many people are in the consensus that white, as far as the background goes, probably looks best. So I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the tool that you're gonna need to take the film off. Is pretty much just a blade, and you obviously you're gonna need a Phillips, maybe a magnet, probably like a magnet screwdriver might help out, because the Phillips might wanna fall on you. So yeah, magnet, Phillips, and then a razor blade, and that should be pretty much it. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to get this all done and how I have this all set up. You don't need any water, you don't need any acetone. Acetone will actually eat your plastic. It will eat up your plastic and it's gonna make it all hazy. Do not use acetone. Ask me why I know. Don't use it. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to get this all done. this is literally your life-saving tool. Do not use anything else. Just use this and you'll be perfectly fine, okay? The reason why, you can extend it as long as you need to, you can shorten it as much as you need to, and you can lock it in place so that way it doesn't move while you are cutting into your film. So, what you're gonna have to do is, you have to split it, okay? So, see that? You can move this. So you're gonna split this. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get your blade in there. And pretty much you're just start chipping away. That's it. That's all you gotta do, just chip away. Try not to do some really deep scratches because it will show. It's possible it might show behind the white. But I'm gonna set this down and actually like kind of get into it so you guys can see. These are gonna be a little bit harder. As you can see, this one has already outlined the green where you need to kind of take the whole film off. So yeah, it's really not that bad. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna place this down and really focus on it and then pretty much go from there. Like I said, try to mess with your gauges, or your needles I should say. Mess with your needles, there's a possibility you can break them, but yeah, let me set this down and then get you guys a better angle so you guys can see what's going on. All right, so you wanna do this pretty much from the back. So this blade, by the way, is not that sharp. If you guys get a new one, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. You want to bend this back. Be careful on how much you bend it because you can crack the actual face, so just be careful when you're doing it. And then, and it takes a while, just a heads up, so it does take a while. So you're pretty much just going to start scraping off the film. Either going up, down, sideways, however you can. That's why it's kind of nice to have this because you can extend how long blade can be. This blade is not that sharp, guys, so this is gonna be a very, very poor example. But yeah, you guys can see it's starting to come off there. And the thing about doing this too is that it will all chip away super easy if you get it just right and don't apply extreme amounts of pressure. So look at that, look at that, beautiful. That's pretty much what you want to see. So you kind of want to see like very big globs of green, very big globs of green coming out. But yeah, and then pretty much once you guys get to the point where you guys are pretty much done with this, that's all you do. Put your faces back in and call it a day. But yeah, that right there, what you guys want to see, just pretty much taking all that tint off. And you'll be able to see in the background. I'll do it on the bigger faces so you guys can see it a little bit better. So let me grab the bigger faces. It's gonna be these. And pretty much it'll be the same theory. So pretty much you're gonna take that green tint off of here. Let's see. And if you have like anything to put in between, I don't know, I should put like a bowl right here. If you have anything that can hold it up, just like that, it will make your life a lot easier. Really all you need there is just space. Like I said, try not to touch the actual needles. Sucks because this razor is not sharp, so it's really not showing my full potential here on how I actually get this done. This is just, it's very dull. I can break it off, but not really. And you know what this kind of reminds me of too? It kind of reminds me of like when you like kind of are playing like the lottery, you kind of like scratch that stuff off. It's pretty much the same deal. And believe me, when you guys have like a very like sharp razor blade, it will literally slice through this like super easy. Let me see here. Let me see if this one will probably be a better example. Let's see. Oh, yep. Pretty much you're gonna see how easy it's like coming off with this one. Look at that. This is going to take you guys a while. So please take your time doing this. Be careful. Get that stuff off. All of it around where you need to. Get that stuff off and then put some white LEDs. put these faces back on essentially, and you're going to have a white cluster. That is as simple as it gets. Take your time. This took me approximately, I think I want to say like an hour to do, an hour and a half. Take your time. Literally give yourself time. Like, time is what you really need to get this done. There are people that do this and charge to do this. I don't know what people charge. I think like $300 to convert to white LEDs. People charge a lot for a reason. There are people that can take the needles off and put them back together and makes it easier on them. But yeah, this can be very expensive if you pay somebody to do it. So there's reasons why. Take your time, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully this really clarifies things for you guys on how to get this whole mod done. I know there really aren't that many DIYs. I'm gonna link my old Steez account from when I did my very old yellow RS coupe build thread, quote unquote, I should say. It was really just stancy boy stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna link that in the bottom of the description so you guys can take a look at that and see how it ends up looking when it's all done. But yeah, that is pretty much that. Just to kind of like give you guys an idea on how this gets done. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put my car up on jack stands, and you already know what's about to happen. Blitz nurse spec is going back on, and this bad boy is gonna be loud. So yeah, let's make this thing loud before I take the Blitz nurse spec off. Let me show you guys how this one sounds. Very nice, very quiet. So, yep, that's coming off, and the nurse spec is gonna be coming on, so gonna be thrown on, I should say. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, well, we'll see how solo install goes. It's gonna be easy. I've done this plenty of times, so yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna pretty much put the jack stands, lower it, and then we'll get on with the install. It's gonna sound super nice. I can't wait. I miss it. All right, and then from here it's gonna be pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna take off those two bolts. So there's gonna be one right there, and there's gonna be another one on the other side. So two 14s, and then yeah, there's one on that side. And then we're just gonna go all the way down to the front, and then there's going to be another two bolts. So there's gonna be one on that side and one on that side. So I'm gonna give you guys a closer look on which other two I'm gonna take off. And then that's pretty much gonna be a catback for you guys. So yeah. And then those are the other two right there. And then right there is the down pipe. So pretty much I'm just gonna do the catback. Super easy. So let's get this done real quick. Shouldn't take more than like 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure you guys have new gaskets because you will need new gaskets. So you'll need one and two new gaskets. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna take the two 14s off. Ugh. Woo. And that right there is going to be the old gasket. I don't know what the hell just flung on me. So now we're gonna go ahead, take the muffler portion off of the catback, and then we'll move on to the mid pipe. And the muffler can be kind of a pain in the ass to take off. Kind of depends on your situation. They're never fun to take off. So here, one hanger, you gotta take off back here. Awesome. The muffler's off. Move this over to the side. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to move over to the downpipe section. Probably won't be able to record it that well. I got no space down there. Yeah. So I get those two 14s out, and then put the Blitz on. It's gonna sound so good. You guys have already heard it before. So I'll put the Blitz back on and then call it night. All right. It's kind of a pain doing it on the floor. Hate doing it on the floor, but floor is all I got, so that's what's gonna happen. So there it goes. All right. There you go. So now I'm gonna crawl out from under here and just get that thing out. Ugh. Once you get the muffler and then mid-pipe off, you're pretty much gonna repeat or reverse the process. Get your new gasket on. Once you get your new gasket on, you're gonna put on your mid-pipe, bolt up the mid-pipe to your downpipe, and then once you get the mid-pipe on, you're gonna go to the back, put your gasket in between the mid-pipe and your axle back or your muffler, and then put your 2 bolts, tighten it up, call it a day. It's gonna be that easy. So yeah, super easy day today. It's so hot. I sweat here every day, and I have AC in the car, so there's no way I'm gonna avoid sweating. There's no way. It's so hot. But yeah, I'll be right back. We're down to the last portion, putting the axle back on. So what I like to do is I like to get some silicone spray, by licking the grease, whatever. And I like to pretty much spray the ends where it's gonna pretty much go through. So I have 2 hangers which spread on there. Just like to rub it in. Just makes it easier to throw it on, and then kind of get some within the hanger also. Since this is a GD exhaust, the back hanger won't fit, so I'm just slipping the 2 front and then bolt up the back. So it should be pretty easy. Slip it right in, super easy. That's why I like putting that grease on there. Okay. All right, cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and then bolt up the 2 bolts in the back, and we'll finally be done with this. I'm so tired. All right, so now we just tighten this thing up, and that's pretty much it for the Catback install. And the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the Blitz nurse spec sound. Oh, it's gonna be so loud. The neighbors hate this exhaust so much. It's so loud. It's so loud. Alright, I'm turning it off before anybody gets mad at me. Everybody's gonna get so mad at me tomorrow. It sucks though, because it is the weekend. Can't complain about the weekend. I'll probably put the Prodrive back on after the show, but yeah, it's so loud. Look at that turbo just spooning. Love it. Hate to have made it short, but yeah, I just didn't want to make anybody mad. But yeah, that is essentially how I put it into words. That is essentially how you do an instrument cluster light mod on your GC. That is GC specific. I don't know how you get that done on a GD chassis. Might be the same way, I don't know. I don't even know if the people with GDs even do this mod, but yeah, I mean, super easy to do the light mod. Like I said, just take your time. Trying to mess up stuff, you know, just take your time. That's really it. But yeah, that is how you get the instrument cluster mod done. Sorry, I didn't really show you guys how to take the cluster out. It's not a lot of work. I'm too lazy to do that. And I have the show tomorrow, so I want to get some rest for it. But yeah, that's how you do that. And that is essentially how you do a Catback install on your GC or your GD. Literally just 4 bolts, super easy. Some elbow grease, of course, you know, it's gonna be kind of hard to get some of the hangers off. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully that mod, like for hopefully that really helps you guys out when it comes to doing that white cluster mod, because yeah, I just got so many questions on that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share the video, subscribe, let other homies know about me and my GC and the whole build that's going on here. I really do appreciate the support once again. Go check my Instagram out at itsloops. So it's gonna be ITSLOUPS. Pretty much my whole build is on there. Everything I haven't done on camera here, which is quite a lot took a break for like a year. It's all gonna be on there. Other than that, I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome, and have a great day. Peace.